Hey, for all the Bully B Muhammad fans out there, make some fucking noise in the comment section. We got Belal Muhammad
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
in our main event right before the White House card. Great idea. Thank you, Dana. The vagina just walked in.
The vagina just walked in.
Muhammad versus Bonfim for the Fight Night main event in the Apex. These are my picks and predictions. 100% right edition. Motherfucker. If you want to see all my picks, skip to the very end. I will have them listed at the side. We're going to start at the very top, as we always do. This is an interesting matchup. Belal is aging. People disrespect him for being boring, for being a decision merchant. You know, he doesn't close his eyes as often as he wants to. Maybe it's his genetics, or maybe he just got that thing in him. You know, he's got the eye of the tiger. You know, the opposite of Ray Saruya. Versus Gabriel Bonfim. You know, welterweight is very stacked. And if Bonfim gets this done, you're going to have another killer at the top. But I'm not going to write Belal off just yet. We've seen these old, grizzled vets who were former champions beat the rising, younger, up-and-comer and, you know, quote, fraud check them. We saw it with Usman and Buckley. And that was just welterweight. But, you know, throughout the sport recently, we saw it with Allen and Costa. And now Melquizael Costa is talking about moving up to 155, which makes sense because he was massive at 145. But I am thinking, an inkling of mine, that Belal will get another decision win here. It's a 5-round fight because it's a main event. Belal's very durable. And, you know, these last two losses, okay? The thing with welterweight is that you're just going to have matchups that you lose because there's so many elite guys at the top. Ian Gary beats a lot of guys. So let's just talk about that. Ian Gary beats Bonfim 99%. Right? Ian Gary posed a lot of problems. Very long and rangy, especially for welterweight. And yeah, that's what happened there. JDM isn't washed or whatever. JDM is still very good. I don't care about those people that say, oh, he was never that good. No, JDM beats a lot of guys. JDM most likely beats Bonfim. This is Belal Muhammad, who was a champion, man. He beat Sean Brady. And that Sean Brady win is only going to keep aging better and better. Okay? So Bonfim can't shoot takedowns against Muhammad. That's not going to happen. The way Bonfim wins is on points. I don't see Bonfim submitting him. I don't see Bonfim knocking him out. Maybe, like, that's a bigger possibility. But we haven't seen Belal knocked out in a long time. He's very durable. If JDM couldn't do it, what makes you think that Bonfim can do it? Oh, but, you know, Bonfim, he's got those knees like he did against Randy Brown. Randy Brown's shit, okay? At the time, yes, I did pick Randy Brown because I thought the melanin points were going to come into effect there. But no, Randy Brown's shit. That win isn't going to do much. The Stephen Thompson win, a lot of people thought Wonder Boy won. Wonder Boy had the damage to his knee. He got cut in like his shin or whatever. And then Chaos Williams and Andre Lusa, who gives a fuck? Like, no, Bully B's going to get this done by decision. Okay? 49-46, Bonfim will probably win the first round. But, you know, Belal does have to be proactive. He can't let this be like the Ian Gary fight because Bonfim is the taller, rangier fighter. And if he just lets the rounds go by, he will lose. He will get out-jabbed. He will get leg kicked to death. But, you know, I could make the case for Bonfim. I could do it. He's 19-1. Right? That's pretty good. I know a lot of the regional fights, you know, if I really wanted to dig in and dissect and be a critic, I could. He hasn't fought the best opponents. Belal is obviously the best he's ever faced. Because the thing with Belal, and the reason why a lot of people hate him, is because Unlike other welterweights, he's not really elite in any specific category. He doesn't have good power. His striking isn't the best. His grappling isn't the best. And that was proved side by side with him trying to bully JDM with the grappling. And then you see Islam legitimately bully JDM with the grappling. His fight IQ and his technique is down the shitter. His jiu-jitsu is non-existent. Like, there's nothing special about Belal that you can enjoy. He's like coleslaw. He's like Palestinian hot dog water. You know, that's the best way I can describe Belal. He's hot dog water. That's all that he is. But hey, you know, hot dog water at the end of the day isn't toxic. You can drink hot dog water and you won't die. Okay? And that's why Belal is a slight favorite in this matchup, which is surprising to me. You know, coming into this, I would have thought that Bonfim would have been the favorite, but no. Belal's minus 150. Most people are picking him on Tapology. He is about to be 38 years old, but that's not the worst thing in the world for welterweights. And 38, I mean, how many times have I been disproven about picking against people based on how old they are? You know, I picked so many people based on their youth up against guys who are in their late 30s and early 40s. I picked against Cub Swanson because he was like 43. I picked Nate Landwehr, and I ate shit that night. I didn't actually eat shit, but you know what I mean. So, you know, 38 ain't even that old. Belal Muhammad, 49-46, unanimous decision. You heard it here first. If Gabriel gets it done, though, he'll be up there in the rankings. And it'll be scary for him because there's not really any easy matchups for him to do. You know, Morales needs a fight. Prates is going to be needing a fight. Sean Brady's going to be needing a fight. You know, those are scary matchups to have when you're up there. You're not getting a title shot anytime soon if you're Gabriel Bonfim. Even if you beat Belal in extraordinary fashion, you're not getting one anytime soon. Welterweight is log jammed. We move on to the co-main event, though. Weird matchup. I guess there's nobody else at middleweight for Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian. Yeah, really weird. Brendan Allen having to fight all the way down somebody that's not even in the rankings. Strange. It's just like Brendan Allen, he's faced so many guys at middleweight. So I guess they just had to pluck Edmund Shabazian out. I'm going Brendan Allen, obviously. Edmund Shabazian. In case you haven't remembered, in case you forgot, this one loss, yes, it was indeed the one, the only fucking GM3, dude. He lost to GM3. And it wasn't GM3 8 years ago or 7 years ago. No, it was a year and 9 months ago. Disgrace. How do you pick somebody that loses to GM3? You don't. You don't do it. And look, I know Brendan Allen has, you know, questionable IQ. He can make some very stupid decisions from time to time. He was very close at beating Imavov. He was only one round away from beating Imavov. If he hadn't gone for takedowns in that one, kept it on the feet, he would have beaten Imavov that night. He took a round from Fluffy. If he didn't want to go with the grappling with Fluffy, he probably would have beat him. He's very close to beating these really good guys. And then he comes back, he beats Vittori. He beats Marvin Mussolini. How the fuck is that even a question? He beats Marvin Mussolini.
How the fuck is that even a question?
And then he beats RDR, which nobody expected him to do that. Nobody was expecting him to beat RDR. But RDR gasses himself out, gets the win. 30 years old versus 28. You know, that's crazy. Brendan Allen is still pretty young, which is weird because I feel like he's been a veteran at this point. He's been fighting for a long time. But no, it's just because he started young. Same attributes. Wow. Same height, same reach. Yeah, you got to go Brendan Allen. It's going to be a 3-round fight. I think the comfortable choice is just do Brendan Allen by decision. I imagine that's what most people are going. I don't know. Most people are going submission. I guess it makes sense because if you get submitted by GM3 of all people, then you can definitely get submitted by Brendan Allen. Gatekeeper Brendan Allen's going to keep the gate. What can I say? Also, Edmund, he's got like some weird protruded rib cage. He's weird. So yeah, I'll go Brendan Allen. But you know, Edmund is fighting at Extreme Couture, but Killcliff FC is also a good gym. So yeah, 91-9. I mean, come on, man. How do you make the case for Edmund? You can't even fucking do it. You can't make the case for him. Andre Muniz, Petrosky. Ugh. Petrosky, who just lost to fucking Cody Bumbage, of all people. Ugh. Dylan Budka, terrible. 3-fight win streak for what? For nothing. Shouldn't even be counted as a 3-fight win streak. Edmund has not fought the same caliber of opponents that Brendan Allen has fought. RDR, Fluffy, Imavov, even Chris Curtis in there, even Marvin Mussolini, like he hasn't. Okay? RDR beats Edmund Shabazian. Even the gassed up RDR that looks lost. Imagine those big Dutch knees landing on that fucked up ribcage. Nah, dude. Easy win for Brendan Allen. He's going to keep the gate. For the 9% that are picking Shabazian, I don't know what you're smoking. Feature fight, Fares Ziam versus Tom Nolan. Another weird matchup. Fares Ziam is ranked. He's like number 14, number 15 at lightweight. Just beat Sidikov. And now he's coming in facing Tom Nolan. Yeah, he's on a 4-fight win streak, but not against the best comp. But it's okay. He's only had 11 professional fights, so that's normal. Big step up for Tom. Ziam fighting at a Killcliff. I don't believe these heights either. Fares Ziam is listed as 6'1 versus 6'2 Tom Nolan. Ziam is tall for a lightweight. I think he's another 6'3 lightweight, to be honest. I think he's like what's the fucking Chilean? What's his name? I always forget his name. And it's an unforgettable name, but he's like one of these tall guys, like Jalen Turner. Bahamondes, that's his name. Ignacio Bahamondes. You know, these tall 6'2", 6'3" lightweights that just look ridiculous in there. Shouldn't even be allowed, just the weight cutting. But, you know, they sacrifice all that muscle mass. But what was scary about Fares Ziam is that he doesn't have muscle mass, and yet he was bullying Sidikov in the grappling. And Sidikov, he looks very built. He's like a good build for a lightweight. He does have muscle mass, and he's getting built. He's getting bullied by this fucking stick bug in Fares Ziam. That was scary. And Fares Ziam is very good at getting the back and smothering you. And ground and pound shots. And elbows. Whereas Tom Nolan, he's younger. He's more inexperienced. He's got less reach. I don't believe that he's 6'2". And even if he was, it wouldn't really matter. Oh yeah, and he lost to Nicholas Mata. I forgot about that one. That's not good. But you know, he's still early on in his career. Yeah, you gotta go for Ziam, man. He's vicious, dude. Jai Herbert's a good win. Look what Jai Herbert did to Mandel Nalos. Claudio Puelles. Matt Fervola's alright. I think it'll be by decision, though. What have I been saying about these Australian guys? They are tough. They are durable. They can take punishment. It's only going to be a 3-rounder. Just because Fares Ziam is doing good so far in the UFC doesn't mean that momentum's going to keep up. I think we're going to see a decision here. Tom Nolan's good, though. He's decent. But, nah. Minus 300 favorite for a reason. Another 91-9 matchup on the Topology predictions. It is what it is. Oh, buddy, dude. That's my boy right there. That's my boy, Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell. Who the fuck is this motherfucker? Send him back to Mexico. Who the fuck is Santiago Luna? Ain't no fucking way in hell am I picking a beaner to beat my boy Bryce. I'm going Bryce Mitchell by submission in round 1. Hell yeah, brother. This motherfucker's only 21 years old, man. You know, It's not often you get a Dagestani to lose by being grapple fucked. Very, very rarely does that happen. Nicholas Dalby did it to Saigid Izagakmaev. So you had one Westerner do it, but the other one, the original, the OG that did it, that pioneered this new movement, is Bryce Mitchell. I think Bryce Mitchell beating Said Nurmagomedov like that is kind of what made things just turn around. Then you had Nicholas Dalby. Then you had Sean Strickland beat Chimaev. It's like something just turned back in favor of the white man. Okay? Bryce Mitchell, more professional fights, more fight IQ, fighting Luna, who's taking this on short notice. I can't remember who Bryce Mitchell was supposed to originally fight, but it was another white guy. I forgot his name. But super short notice fight, 8-0. Only 2 fights against Pacheco and Kwang Lee. Nah, dude. I know Luna's, he's promising, but come on, dude. 21 years old. I talk a lot about how, people being in their late 30s and early 40s is bad in these lower weight divisions. But I think being also very, very young can also be bad. I know the fucking gremlin, Raul Rosas Jr., has kind of disproven this a little bit, but he's already lost. Rosas already lost a fight before. And it's not like he's super great. He's a one-trick pony. He just has the grappling. If Rosas Jr. is fighting these top guys, he's going to lose. He's going to lose to these guys that actually can defend takedowns and have submission threat on their back and have jiu-jitsu. Bryce Mitchell beats Rosas Jr., in my opinion. Less reach. Who the fuck do we believe in these stats? Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I think Bryce, he's like 5'8", 5'9", Luna, they're probably like the same size, same stats. Why do we care? I'm going Bryce Mitchell, mostly because I'm sure he's been preparing a lot. His 3 losses have literally been against fucking Gene Silva, Topuria, and the Josh Emmett one. That was bad. But it's Josh Emmett. 3 killers, man. 3 killers. This guy was undefeated for a while. Dan Ige, he beat Dan Ige, beat Con Gracie very good, and Said Nurmagomedov. And he's going to beat Santiago Luna. Easy win for him. Yeah, I'm going by submission round 1. Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. I think there's another short notice fight here. I think Costa is stepping in on short notice. And you would think that, that should favor Matt Schnell. No, dude. I'm sorry, but Matt Schnell. How do you take a guy seriously if his name is Schnell? No aura. No aura if your name is Schnell. Costa, easy. Should we go by submission or decision? We'll go by submission in round 1. Fuck it. This guy got submitted, or Matt Schnell got submitted by Morales. And I think Morales is good. I've talked about him before. Very tricky guy from, I think it was The Ultimate Fighter. No. Yeah, it was from The Ultimate Fighter. He came in, and it was unfortunate for him because he lost to I think Figgy at the time, a prime Figgy. And then he fought someone else that was good. And then they kicked him out. They cut him from the UFC, but eventually he comes back. Beats Alibi Adiris, which was a massive upset at the time, and then beats Matt Schnell. We haven't seen what happened to him. But, he gets submitted by Cody Durden. This guy's just going to get submitted. It's fucking Matt Schnell. Minus 550 favorite for Costa. He's got 10 losses. Come the fuck on. I know we don't like to look at records like that, but it's 10 losses. Costa they're doing by knockout. I'm just going to go by submission. I think it'll be a knockdown. He's going to catch Schnell on the chin. He's going to knock him down. Then he's going to get on top. And probably like a full mount guillotine, I'm predicting. Fuck it. Oh, buddy. Here we go. Now we're talking, man. Now we fucking talking. Iwo Baranevsky versus Junior Tafa. I don't give a fuck about Junior Tafa. I'm only here for Iwo Baranevsky, who's supposed to fight Billy Elikana. Billy pulls out because he's scared. He's scared for Iwo. But here's the thing. Hot take. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me when I say this. I don't think Iwo Baranevsky is good. Hear me out. Just because I don't think he is good doesn't mean I'm not picking him. I'm obviously picking him for a round 1 knockout. But only 8 professional fights. You know, Austin Lane is an easy layup. That's an easy win for you. That's an extra tally on your record. So you're 8-0, when in reality you should still probably just be 7-0, just because Austin Lane doesn't really count. But I guess it does. Okay, fine, whatever. Fuck it. It's Austin Lane. Before that was the great 1-minute war with Ibo Aslan. Ibo Aslan, you can say what you want. Terrible low IQ. He's Turkish, so that's bad too. He's okay, that's not bad. If you're Turkish and you watch me, there's nothing wrong with Turkey. I don't know anything about Turkey, but he calls himself the last Ottoman. Bro, if you call yourself the last Ottoman, you need to have some aura with you. Like, the only thing I remember from Ibo Aslan is he knocked out that bum Rafael Cerqueira. So, you know, Iwo knocking him out, it was a great fight for as long as it lasted, but it's not really saying much. It was a rock'em and sock'em bar fight. We don't know how good Baranevsky is, but lucky for him, they decide to put Junior Tafa in front of him. He's just cleaning up the bottom grease at the 205 division, and 205 is kind of dead right now, a little bit. It's not a stacked division. So they're just cutting all the guys for Iwo Baranevsky after he sloppy seconds their asses. 7-5 for Junior Tafa. The thing is, though, I am a little scared for Iwo because, you know, he talks about having all this grappling and he wants to show his grappling, which would be good in this fight because Junior Tafa has 0 grappling at all. There is a chance for Tafa to win if this fight is on the feet. You know? So far, we haven't seen Iwo grapple. Beat the great Muhammad Ali, yes, that is his name, with a very fast overhand. And we saw before then, I think I saw some fights that he had in the regional scene. And one of them, he used grappling. I think he got a ground and pound finish, and that was it. Very scary individual. Physically, you know, you have to have the combo. You have to have scary looks in your phenotype, but then you have to have a scary fighting style. I think it's going to be 9-0 Iwo Baranevsky after this Saturday night. RIP to Junior Tafa. Round 1 knockout for Iwo. But, you know, there is that chance because he could have easily gotten knocked out by Ibo Aslan. Just this close. It was that close of a fight. Could have happened either way. If he wants to go in a bar fight again with Tafa, you're going to be fighting Tafa's game. That's the only way Tafa wins this fight, is if he stands in the middle and they just start trading. Anything can happen. It's 50-50 at that point. You're playing Russian roulette when you're trading these big shots at 205. That's why I say I don't really think he's that good. I don't know if he's that good. I don't know if he's got good fight IQ. What do we see about these Polish guys? You know, at the end of the day, their fight IQ ain't all that. Look what we saw with Mateusz Rąbeczki. You know? Blachowicz is kind of the outlier. But there's this like meme about Poles that they kind of have like this. They're kind of like the Somalia of Europe, you know? Their IQ just isn't there. But that's talking into eugenics and stuff, and we don't like to talk about that stuff on this channel. We like to be a positive, you know, politically correct YouTube channel. Marcus McGee versus John Yanis. John Yanis, this is the guy that lost to Bashi, right? Yeah. This guy is terrible. Beat Jamie Siraj. I'm guessing short notice fight for Yanis, or maybe he was legit. I'm going McGee. He was doing good, and then they rushed him up very fast against Petr Yan, which was questionable at the time. But Petr Yan's now the champion, so you can't really count that loss against him. And it's not like he got completely destroyed and dismantled and had, a 10-8 round in there. No, he lost to Petr Yan. Didn't have anything for him. He is 36 years old. Not the best for a bantamweight. Very odd phenotype. But John Yanis, there's nothing redeemable about him. I'm actually going for a knockout for this one in round 2. Let's see a round 2 knockout, man. Similar physical attributes, minus 550 favorite. I mean, just look at that. I know, don't always look at the betting odds, but how do you do this for John Yanis? How do you pick him? There's nothing redeemable about him that I can think of. I can't remember who I picked for the Jamie Siraj fight. I think I picked Jamie Siraj, which was terrible on my part because I didn't really know. I think Jamie Siraj, that was his UFC debut. That's why. 97-3, incredible. Next fight at flyweight, Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. I think this is the toughest fight to pick on the card. Very tough fight. Bruno Silva, wasn't his last fight against Johnson, right? Yeah. Some people said that was a robbery. Some people were going with Silva for that one. It is what it is. Youngsung Park, okay, free win over a Korean that can't grapple. Joshua Van and Manel Cap. So he's losing to the best of the best. Cody Durden, that's an easy win. He's winning the fights that he should win. And he's losing to the best of the best. And he had a very, very close fight with Long Don Johnson, who at flyweight is a tough matchup. Long Don Johnson beat fucking Loner Kavanaugh and Joshua Van. So the fact that he survived and went with a close split decision is pretty good. But Chairez is tricky himself. And I don't like that Bruno Silva is a 36-year-old flyweight. I don't like that at all. I forgot that he fought Van too. Oh my god, I'm a fucking casual. Bruno Silva used to have a lot of acne on his back, which suggested to me that he fucked up his juicing cycle. But last time he fought, he didn't really have the backney, or maybe the film was a little grainy and I couldn't see it all that well. He does have certain things in his blood system. And Chairez, yeah, I don't know. Something's telling me to pick Silva for this one. I like short, stocky flyweights better than tall, lanky flyweights. Look at the massive height discrepancy between Horiguchi and Ulanbekov. Remember that fight? Like, that was like a legit 8-inch height difference, it felt like. And it still didn't mean shit. So, I don't care if Bruno Silva's only 5'4". He's got the muscle mass and the extra steroids in his system to beat a guy like Chairez on a split decision. I think it'll be a close fight. Split decision, Bruno Silva. Yes, he's older, not good at that division, but it is what it is. We move on down to the shitter fights. Here we go, boys. Chelsea Chandler versus Priscilla Cachoeira. This is very tricky. Very, very tricky. Because on one hand, you have the lesbian, the carpet-munching Aladdin Cachoeira, who loves to dig deep into the rug, if you know what I mean. And then you have Chelsea Chandler, who ran away from Norma Jamont. And then, who'd she get knocked out? By Edwards, right? Yeah, she got brutally knocked out by Edwards. And Edwards can get a title shot, probably. I mean, it's women's bantamweight. Who gives a fuck? But still, that's going to be a future champion. Jocelyn Edwards. She's got that black girl magic. Just like Angela Hill. I should have picked Angela Hill last week for the black girl magic. But no. Chelsea Chandler, fuck. She's got more reach. Who the fuck did I pick? I picked Cachoeira. That's right. I picked Cachoeira because lesbians have something that straight women don't. Masculine energy. That's right. Chelsea Chandler, she's straight. I saw on her Instagram. She's got a man in her life. And Priscilla Cachoeira is the man in her life. And I'm always going to pick a man to beat a woman. Come on now. More professional fights? Of course I'm going Cachoeira by decision. Cowards run away from their opponents. Chelsea Chandler's a coward. I'm getting this pick right. Lesbian theory. Okay, when I was in college, I read a lot of neurodivergent, interdimensional lesbian slam poetry. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about here. Okay? I know about intersectionality and the feminine mystique and Margaret Sanger. Wait, Margaret Sanger? Wrong feminist. I know about my... dude, I'm going zombie girl Cachoeira. Yeah, dude. Didn't she... She also lost to Edwards. Edwards is sloppy seconds here. Jordan Levitt versus Joe Anderson Brito. Joe Anderson Brito beat Diego Lopez in the Contender Series. I don't care that Jordan Levitt fraud checked Yadir Noval. This guy, he was inactive for a long time and then he comes back. You beat two bums. Before then, you got submitted by Soy Boy Hooper and Paddy Pimblett back then. A worse version of Paddy Pimblett. I don't think Paddy Pimblett has ever been good. Oh, but he fought for the interim title undeserved. Should have never fought for the interim title. You beat Bobby Green and then you beat Old Man Chandler and all of a sudden you should fight for the title? Get the fuck out of here. Jordan Brito by brutal knockout in round 1. Let's go. I don't give a fuck about the Monkey King. Isn't this guy gay? Like, no joke. Isn't he gay? Like, the only gay UFC fighter? I could be wrong. But I think he is. I think there was something with Levitt. Something about him. Move on, though. How do you say his name? Jaisla Chavez versus Yunesi Dubin. I'm going with Jaisla Chavez. Minus 400 favorite. She does have a mole on her face. Is that a mole? Molly, 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 molly. That's a mole.
Molly, 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 molly.
Maybe she's got moles somewhere else. Ew, dude, why am I so disgusting, man?
Stop it. Get some help.
This is why women don't date me in real life, is because I have a disgusting, perverted mind. Fuck. I'm going with Chavez. She got head kicked by Judas a year ago by decision. Yeah. She's got more reach and more height. That's what you got to pick for these women fights. More reach and more height matters a lot compared to the men's fights. Women, they don't know how to close distance all that well. They get flat-footed and they get snake charmed. They just stand there and they get hypnotized by the reach and by the mole. The mole is going to do the hypnotizing here. You know, that mole, Dubin's not going to know what to do when she sees that mole. And then, this is the first fight it is. Why isn't this the co-main event? Come on, McMaynard. What are you doing, man? Should have been the co-main event, man. Ketlin Souza versus Ariana Carnellosi. This is the girl that's got the fucking inflatable SpongeBob arms. She's got those big manly arms. But I don't think she's actually a lesbian. Whereas Ketlin Souza is also a fan of the Persian rugs. I'm going Ketlin Souza by decision. She picked apart Bruna Brazil. Not many people can do that. Bruna Brazil. Okay, no, Bruna Brazil is shit. Both of these women are shit. Nah. There's no such thing as a woman being shit. Okay? I am a white knight. I will defend the honor of women. Nah, but Souza, yeah, by decision. Carnellosi, those muscles, those arms can look very menacing and imposing at first. But all that lactic acid, she's kind of slow. And she's top heavy because of it. So she's going to get picked apart. The only way those arms come into effect is with the grappling. And her grappling, her fight IQ ain't the best. Ketlin Souza going to get this done. Wait, isn't Ketlin Souza's partner Cachoeira? Or am I crazy? I think it is. I think they're partners. But, yeah. Souza. Wait, I went with, oh, yeah, Chavez. Souza, Chavez, Brito. Cachoeira, man. Bruno Silva. McGee. Baraniewski. Curva. Costa. Bryce Mitchell, man. Full Nation Bryce Mitchell. The South will rise again, man. Ziam. He's going to get it done. Brendan Allen. Easy win for him. Fucking Shabazian loses to GM3. And then Muhammad. I'm scared for Muhammad. I'm scared for Bully B. The vagina just walked in. No, but like Bonfim, we've seen this time and time again. The young up-and-comer who has the momentum faces against the brick wall veteran who doesn't let him through. Okay? I'm thinking we're going to see that. I am. But, hey, I'll give props to Bonfim if he pushes through. I don't envy his position, though, because he's going to be in the deep end of the pool with a lot of scary sharks. You know, Morales is there waiting. So, we'll see what happens. I'm going to be seeing that Baranevsky fight for sure, so I'll start the stream around there. Catch you on the stream. That's all I got for this video. Peace out, motherfuckers.